Namo Narayan. Welcome back to my channel, and today we will talk about 7th house of the birth chart. But only about marriage or business are we going to talk about? Not at all. Even today, many people look at 7th house only for marriage and partnerships. That's it. But do you know that how many people have become successful in life only because of this house? People see ninth house for success, 10th house for success, first house, and these all houses. But rather than seeing them, I would suggest to you to also focus on your 7th house. You must have wondered why some people live a great life without having big degrees or lots of money. Why are some people so charming that others naturally want to be around them? The answer of this is your 7th house. Whenever we upload any video, some viewers always comment and ask that in my 7th house, this planet is placed at this degree in this sign, and still I'm not getting married. But one very important question no one asks is the 7th house only about marriage and partnerships? Because no one want to know that. No one want to know the depth of 7th house. But each and every house in your horoscope has a depth hello. Each and every house has a different meaning rather than whichever you see on all other YouTube videos. Everybody will be telling that 8th house is the house of death. It is the house of bad things, accidents. So all the negative points are being highlighted on YouTube, on the entire YouTube based on 8th house. But I would suggest you to rather see the side of 8th house, which is also giving you deep secrets. Your secrecy increases if your 8th house is strong enough. And if your 8th house is not afflicted by any planet on your, if any negative planet is not aspecting on 8th house, then obviously it can give you many occult knowledges. You will be expert in occult science, astrology, tantra mantra, all these occult knowledges you will be having. So similarly it goes for 7th house. If you're thinking that 7th house is only about marriage and partnership, then stop there. You need to see your chart with a new perspective. Because the 7th house is not only limited to your married life, it is actually the mirror of your whole social life, public dealing, personal branding. That means if the 7th house in your chart is strong enough, then the world simply cannot ignore you. This house is a house of balance. Means if it is good, then your life will also be in balance. Your social life, your married life, personal branding, everything will be in balance. But if your 7th house is not good enough, then nothing will in be balance mode. Now think carefully. Suppose whenever you meet someone, be it a friend, partner, business associate, any new person or something, what thought comes to your mind? How good will this person be with me? Exactly, that question comes to your mind. And that is the core concept of the 7th house. It shows you how you behave in relationships, how you understand others, and how people see you, how your partnerships will rely. Many times people ask, why don't my words have an impact on others? And the answer again lies in the 7th house. For your powerful words, you should also see 7th house rather than also focusing on 2nd and 3rd house. You should focus on 7th house for this quality too. And yes, past life connection. Absolutely. You see, this house not only tells the story of this life, but is also connected to your past life karmas. If in your previous birth you respected relationships, then in this life you will find success in partnerships. But if you broke someone's trust, then in this life you may face problems in your relationships. That's why you should not limit the seventh house only to marriage. It is the mirror of your entire life. Now, another interesting point, the Lord of the seventh house is Venus. And the Libra sign also relies here. And the Lord of the Libra sign is also Venus. What is Venus? Love, beauty, luxury. These all components are represented by Venus itself. If Venus is well placed in your chart, then glamour, fame, money, your married life are guaranteed in your life. But if it is afflicted, then you may face conflicts in relationships, fraud in business, unnecessary expenses. Your married life will be disturbed. As I said, this is the house of balance. You have to maintain a balance. And to maintain that balance, you have to see seventh house as an important house too. That is why it is very important to understand the seventh house properly. So now let's move ahead and see one by one what happens when different planets are placed in the seventh house. First, let's talk about the impact of Sun in the seventh house. So let's begin. You must have noticed that some people carry a special aura since childhood. No one dares to lie in front of them, and very few can look directly into their eyes while talking. Eye contacting is, very difficult at this moment. Such people either become great leaders or they keep fighting alone throughout the life. Now, the question is, what does this happen? Why does this happen? Is it because of the past life karma? Or is it a special blessing in your birth chart, in your destiny? If the sun is placed in the seventh house in your birth chart, then believe me, all these things said is for you alone. Now, what does sun in the seventh house mean? Seventh house, as I told you, is the house of marriage, partnerships, attraction. And when sun sits here, remember one thing, the sun is the king planet. It does not like to stay under anyone's control. So, this placement makes you kind of dominant. You don't enjoy working under someone, and you are a natural born leader. But power always comes with responsibilities. I understand that you have the power, but as I said, power always comes with few responsibilities. Now, what are those responsibilities? Understand this thing very clearly. Now, let's talk about your karma, your past life connections. You must have wondered that why the sun chose your seventh house. Every time in everyone's mind this question comes that my planet is in this house and why it is placed here. The answer relies on your past life, because every placement of each and every house, each and every sign, each and every constellation is based on the system of your past life karma. So, coming back to the sun in seventh house, this means in your past life, you were in a very powerful position, but either you misused that power or you made a big mistakes in partnerships. That's why in this life you're being tested in partnerships, whether in marriage, business, or friendship. If you cannot control your ego, then let me tell you, conflicts in relationships are very certain. Now let's talk about the effect on marriage and relationships. When sun is in the seventh house, your life partner will either be very strong or they may always live under your shadow. If Sun is well placed, your partner may be in government job, very ambitious, and will support you like a backbone. That's fair enough. But if Sun is afflicted, then frequent arguments and ego clashes may happen. You may feel that your words are not valued. Your life partner may also face health issues often. Remember one thing, after marriage, don't carry too much ego. No one should carry, but this applies to you also. I understand sometimes Sun in seventh house gives you ego in hyperness. Even you are not that much egoic, but in hyper mode, you got that ego quality by Sun in seventh house. If you don't carry too much ego in yourself, your partner may be good with yourself, but if you carry that ego, your partner may feel that you are acting like a dictator instead of a life partner. This is the actual truth. Now let's talk about the effect on career. If Sun is in the seventh house, then work related government can be very lucky for you. You may gain name and fame in politics, administration, or government jobs. There is a very good yoga being formed in this position. If doing business, you will do better than when working alone rather than in partnerships. Because in this, partnerships are always considered not very much good for you or auspicious for you. So I would rather suggest you not to go for partnerships and stand a business empire on your alone effort. Or you can take the help from your family member or your life partner if your Sun is in a good position. Now, another thing, you naturally have leadership qualities. That is crystal clear, but teamwork may feel difficult. So, simple truth here is either you will be the boss or you won't accept anyone else as the boss. Because this king is already been placed in your seventh house. So, how would you rather accept that? That's the thing. Now, here are some precautions which you always need to remember what not to do in your entire life. If you follow these precautions, you need to do any remedy as far as I could say, because these remedies, these precautions are already acting as the powerful remedy for you. Because handling your nature and being disciplined is the most important thing, and disciplinary skills are being arrived from precautions itself. Every planet, if you follow discipline in a good manner in few on the other things, then every planet can give you good effects. Not malefic effects, even if it is in your 6th, 8th, or 12th house. So, here are some precautions for Sun in 7th house. Don't let your ego grow so much that it basically ruins your relationships, your partnerships. Many people regret later because of this mistake. Talking about partnerships, learn to keep patience and balance. Otherwise, success may go away from you. And also take care of your health, especially your eyes and heart. Sun in the 7th house often gives a weak eyesight or high BP, high blood pressure. So maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now let's talk about the another most important planet, which is Moon. Now you must have seen some people who got very emotional attached, emotionally connected to their partner. Even small things affect them deeply. Sometimes their mood changes so quickly that it feels like it shifts with the wind. This is not just a coincidence. This is the magic of Moon in the 7th house. Now, what's the connection of Moon in the 7th house? 7th house is not only about marriage, but also about your partnerships, your public dealings, negotiation skills, your emotional connections. And when the moon sits here itself, then you have to be prepared for a strong mix of emotions plus imagination and sensitivity. If moon is in your seventh house, your mind is already like an ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy. You naturally make a good life partner and are great at public dealing, whether with the friend circle or with your life partner. You give emotional comfort to everyone. People trust you, and there's a softness in your words that others can feel too. Now, let's talk about the past life connection too. What happened before which made moon to place in your seventh house? Now, in your past life, something related to love or marriages remained incomplete. Maybe there were emotional struggles in your relationships or your marriage could not be completed. That is why in this life you crave deep emotional connections. You want everyone, every relationship to connect with your heart. But if this moon is weak or afflicted on someone the other way, then emotional ups and downs will keep following you. Now, seventh house moon always says one thing: relationships are everything for you. You are an emotional person. You trust relationships and you can easily adjust with others. For you, the support of your partner is very important. If moon is strong enough, your life partner will be soft natured, loving, emotional, very caring. But if moon is afflicted someone the other way, then your marriage life may have repeated confusions. Small issues can disturb your mind, which causes anxiety and negativity in your life. Think for a moment. Maybe in your past life you did not value relationships. You must have hurt someone's feelings or ignored emotions. That's why in this life, moon is testing you. Will you handle your relationships properly this time, or will you do that same mistake in this present life too? Now, as I said in my previous videos too, each and every planet has two sides. One is positive and one is negative. So that is also applying here. If in your past life there is also a chance that you must be very emotionally deep connected with your family, with everyone you met, and so in the today's present life too. But on the other hand, the negative effect which your past life has been arrived with is you maybe did not valued relationships, you maybe hurt someone's feelings. This can happen in your past life if moon is afflicted. So that thing you need to see in your birth chart. Now, the effect on business. When moon sits here, you get multiple business idea. If moon is strong, you may try different businesses and succeed everywhere. But if moon is afflicted, then you may keep changing work again and again. You may lose focus. Losses or delays may happen before you settle anywhere. So remember, if you have the moon in the seventh house, stabilize yourself before starting any business. Don't start work without preparation. Otherwise, you may have to leave at halfway of that. Now, what kind of problems can give you weak moon? If your moon is in the seventh house, which is weak or afflicted, it can affect your health in a lot many matters. For example, throat infections could be there, weak immunity could be there, frequent cough, cold, or related issues could be associated with this. And not just physical health, your mental health can also suffer in this case. Suppose anxiety, sleeplessness, mood swings, these may happen or may keep troubling you. But don't think that a weak moon, nothing can be done with that. You need to make yourself strong. You need to accept your moon, accept the weak effects it is giving you. Then only you will have the courage to fight with the problems which moon in the seventh house, either weak or reflected, is giving you. So, first of all, you can do following things: eat a healthy diet so that your health will not be affected. Now, another thing, practice yoga and meditation regularly. The best timing for doing meditation and practicing yoga is the Brahma Muhurta time. From 3:45 a.m. it starts, and at 6 a.m. or around 6:30 a.m. it ends. At that time, you can do yoga or meditation, and from doing, if you're doing any of these, you're also anyhow connecting to the spiritual powers, because that Brahmurata is specially known for having spiritual powers present in everywhere, in the surroundings, in the environment. So that is the best timing for you. Otherwise, whenever you wake up at morning, you can do it at that time also. But remember one thing, there should be peace around your surroundings. Another thing, maintain a proper sleep routine. As I said, it can also affect your mental health, and if it should not affect your mental health, then you have to sleep properly, and also do not take any stress for too much things. Now, don't become emotionally weak. A weak moon brings unnecessary overthinking and anxiety. Work on self awareness and mental balance. If moon is afflicted, both marriage and career may face repeated ups and downs. You must build patience, self discipline, and meditation habits too for stability. So take care of your health, eat more dairy products and cooling foods, because moon controls your immunity and body fluids. Otherwise, low immunity, cough, old, and stress can be there because moon is affecting your health directly. Now, let's talk about Mars. If Mars sits in your seventh house, which means in this position, you can reach positions of power, government jobs, administrative fields, or high authority roles. And if you're in business, Mars can give success in areas like real estate, property, construction, engineering, or dealership. And yes, if Mars is strong enough, then money will come naturally to you. Just don't make hasty decisions in anger. Talking about the past life connections, then this is not random here. Your past life has a link too. Maybe in your past life, you were too dominating in relationships, or someone else dominated you. That's why in this life, you are learning how to create balance in relationships. Seventh house is the house of balance. This thing you have to remember in your mind, unless and until you will be unbalanced in your entire life. Here, Mars' main goal is to create balance in your relationships. Because in your past life, you were imbalanced or some on the other way in your relationships just because of your dominating mood or nature. If you master patience and balance, life will run smoothly, let me tell you. But if you only show anger and ego, Mars will turn against you and will give problems in your life. So, here are some precautions. Control your anger. One moment of anger can break your relationships or career in one moment. Give space to your partner if you have any. Too much possessiveness towards your partner can also hurt love. Also, channel channel Mars energy positively. Use it in gym, or maybe in sports or adventurous activities. These could be very best for suited for you. In business and career, I would say avoid impatience. Don't take quick big decisions or losses may come suddenly. For marriage problems, do proper remedies for mass if needed. And if you want to know the remedies, you can put a comment in the comment section below and our team will try to answer. From I will tell, just you have to put your the planet which is present in your seventh house, then in which sign it is placed, what is the degree of it, and in which constellation it is placed. So if Mars is in your seventh house, don't fear. Again and again I'm saying, just understand it. If you handle it well, Mars will give you power, success, passion, depth in business and relationships. And remember one thing, life is not a race. It's a journey. In journey, everyone has ups and downs. With smart thinking and patience, you can achieve love, you can achieve money and respect from the world. You have that much power. Now let's talk about Mercury. Now Mercury sits in 7th house. Then let me tell you, your words are powerful weapon. Mark these words. Even without speaking, people can understand you. And when you do speak, everyone enjoys listening. Your communication skills can become your biggest gift in the life. But think for a moment, what is the past life connection here? Somewhere in your previous birth, you may have lived like an intellectual or teacher who guided people. In this life, also, you have received the same power to inspire people through your intelligence and wisdom. Let's talk about your business mindset. Here, money is in your mind itself. Just understand one thing, the seventh house and Mercury have a strong connection with business. This means you have the natural ability to become a successful businessman. From a young age, you may have had an interest in trade, business, or share markets. And if you feel 9 to 5 jobs are boring, or if you feel if you always wants to live life in your own terms and conditions, then understand this, Mercury has planted the seed of a business tycoon inside you. But if Mercury is weak in your seventh house, or if your seventh house is afflicted, then problems can arise. You may take decisions without even thinking, or trust the wrong people. Money will come, but it can also slip away. So, if you want to strengthen your business sense, learn about finance, gain your knowledge from others, and develop deal making skills. With patience and wisdom, you can reach very high level. Now, let's talk about your master of speech, as I say, which is your another hidden gift of Mercury in 7th house. Your biggest gift is presentation skills. Whether on stage or in personal discussions, you can easily grab people's attention. If you are in media, marketing, sales, law, or teaching, then Mercury can make you a star in these following fields. Your voice will have an impact, and people will feel motivated by your words. But here are some precautions also which you have to follow to degrade the negative effects of Mercury. Because Mercury can sometimes become too clever, and even where cleverness is not needed, that time Mercury gives you cleverness. If Mercury is weak or afflicted enough, then this can cause many problems in both career and relationships. When Mercury is disturbed, your words may become unnecessarily harsh. You may take impulsive decisions in business, Marriage may face arguments in and misunderstandings could be there. You may be influenced by others and take wrong decisions. So what is the solution for this? Think before you speak. Most importantly, balance your logic with emotions. Only then Mercury will give you full support. So, Mercury in the seventh house means you are already a born communicator. You already have strong potential in business and finance, both at the same time. In marriage and relationships, you will attract an understanding partner. But use your intelligence wisely, otherwise, over cleverness can backfire you. So, the main lesson for you is use your skills and energy in the right direction. That's it. With patience and wisdom, your life can be filled with both luxury and success simultaneously. Now, let's talk about Jupiter. In Jupiter's position placed in seventh house, first understand this clearly. The seventh house, as I said before, is not just about marriage. It also represents partnerships and social status. You should be clear about this thing. And when Jupiter sits here, it shows that you are an honest, wise, and noble person who will gain progress in life and earn respect from others. You will get a high value life partner who will not only be your emotional support but also a spiritual guide. Your life partner will be full of kindness and generosity. Now, in this, again, I am saying if you are not getting a good life partner, then you should be clear about this thing that your Jupiter must be weak or afflicted in some on the other way, or any malefic planet has to be aspected on the seventh house or on Jupiter if you didn't receive any good or high valued life partner. So before saying this that this is wrong or something, then you should be clear about your horoscope first, that what kind of position Jupiter is carrying there. In which sign? Is it a enemy sign for Jupiter or is it a friendly sign? In astrology, we have both the concepts too. You have to see this. In which constellation means in which nakshatras will Jupiter will be placed in your seventh house. All these aspects you have to see, and only then you will be able to know that how your life partner will be. If you find many or the majority of negative or malefic points are there from your Jupiter side, then obviously your life partner will not be high valued or a spiritual guide for you. Now, talking about if Jupiter is in a good position, your partner's personality will directly influence your career and success too. This means your relationship is not limited to home. Together, you and your partner can become a powerful team and achieve something great in the world. And this can only happen if your Jupiter is in your good position. Let's talk about past life connection. Why Jupiter is placed here? This is very important thing which you have to discover, because every planet is connected from your past life. If your Jupiter is in your seventh house, then you should be aware of this, that why Jupiter is here. And for knowing that, you have to see your past life connection. So perhaps in your previous birth, you helped people, guided them in the right direction, or played a major role in someone's life. That good karma is now bringing results in your life. That's why your life partner will come as blessing. Someone who supports you and your dreams. You also carry natural wisdom from past life experiences. This is why you take decisions with a perfect balance of heart and mind both at the same time simultaneously, which will further make you successful in both professional and personal life. Jupiter has three powerful aspects in astrology, and each aspect brings abundance of positivity. Now, the first aspect, which is getting, is your first house, your ascendant, which is the house of your self, personality, your aura, nature, your physical appearance, everything. So, what is the effect of this aspect of Jupiter? You will have a magnetic aura. People will come to you from for advising, for you will guide them. You will become not quick to anger and handle situations peacefully. Natural wisdom and leadership will take you to a higher level. Now, the next aspect, which is getting from your seventh Jupiter, is third house. Third house is the house of courage and communication, and also a house of calm trikona. Your communication and writing, speaking, these two powers will be very strong. Whatever you say, people will listen and respect your words. Strong courage and willpower will be there in your nature. Means once you decide something, you will achieve it. Now, the last aspect which house is getting from Jupiter, seventh Jupiter, it is your 11th house. 11th house is also a house of Kam Trikon, and it is the house of gains and achievements, your friend circle, everything. So, here you will receive big opportunities in the life. Goals will be achieved faster with strong networking, and clear sign of earning wealth and prosperity is being seen here. Now, Jupiter in the seventh house is a blessing, is a kind of big blessing, I could say. But if you lose spiritual balance only, then its energy can turn negative for you. So control your ego. Jupiter can give you a high position. But if you misuse knowledge or show arrogance, then the true blessing will reduce. Also, you have to see that your Jupiter is in which position. That can only decide that how your life partner's behavior will be. As I said before from the starting, that if your life partner is not good enough or is not that much auspicious for you, then you should first see your Jupiter's condition. Just predicting on the house where Jupiter or any planet is placed is just 20% of the prediction. We have to see all the aspects together, and when we all together match them, then we are getting a final 100% rule or equalization of that. So if your Jupiter is good enough, then in marriage patience and understanding are must. In both the conditions, I could say, if your Jupiter is in a malefic position or if it is in a good position, patience and understanding matters a lot. Your life partner's opinion is equally important too. If you listen to them, your bond will become magical. Talking about your career is linked with education, finance, law, knowledge based fields. You can be a mentor, a guider, or your success will multiply at double speed in these fields. So, if you maintain emotional and spiritual balance, every chapter of your life will run smoothly. Don't take stress, just stay wise and grounded. Then, see, you will get both love and money and respect and admiration too from the world. But remember one thing, if you misuse Jupiter's energy, it will test you without warning. Now, let's quickly talk about Venus. Venus sits in your seventh house. You must have noticed that some people who carry a completely different vibe, wherever they go, everyone's eyes stop on them. Means attraction is lot which is seen here. And it's not just about physical attraction, their whole presence feels different. People get impressed by them, whether it's their dressing style or way of speaking or even their lifestyle. This kind of charm comes from only one planet, which is Venus. Venus is in your seventh house. Understand one thing, you have received one of the most special gifts of life. Venus here is not only about marriages or relationships, it is actually changing the way you live your entire life. It is a kind of very auspicious placement because Venus has been placed in its own house. Now, another thing which matters is past life connection. Did you already enjoyed luxuries before, or while seventh house Venus is placed in your birth chart? Why not in any other birth or any other house? So that is the most important and the core concept which you have to know. Discovering about your planets, exploring them in the utmost depth is most important for you. And the seventh house is as equal as the other important houses too. So if your Venus is in the seventh house, you need to take it very halfway of that condition. You have to take it seriously in a good manner too, or in a bad manner too, in a malefic manner too. Because if suppose your Venus gets afflicted or weak at some on the other point, even in the small point, then it can affect a lot many sectors of your life. Many sectors and major factors can be affected from that. So, knowing about the past life connection with that is also another factor which you need to remember. Now, think about it. Were you living a king size life in your past birth? Just think for a moment. Were you already a part of luxury and beauty before? If Venus is in the seventh house, your soul in past life was deeply connected with aesthetics, luxury, relationships, and maybe you were born in a rich family, that is guaranteed. Or maybe you were a great artist, you can be a poet or diplomat too in your past life. In this life too, Venus has brought the same energy for you. It depends upon you how you use it. If Venus is placed here, you naturally have charm and magnetism. Let me tell you, wherever you go, people get attracted. Not only your looks, but also your confidence, your grace, your classy vibes, everything. And marriage relationships, your life partner may be very attractive, understanding, and one who loves a luxurious life. Not only in looks, but also in nature. They will have class and refinement. Every relationship in your life will have romance, beauty, and style simultaneously. Now, let's talk about money and comfort. How will it be? Venus gives your luxury, vehicles, big houses, and a high class lifestyle. You may shine in fashion, film, business, media, arts, or diplomacy could also be best for you. If you work smart, then foreign trips, branded things, and a royal lifestyle will not be far away. Your personality glow, how will it be? With Venus in seventh house, you carry a kind of, I could say, royal aura. People will want to meet you, spend time with you, and in any event, you will become the center of attraction. Your speech, dressing sense, overall personality, everything will be classy and well balanced. But if again Venus is weak or afflicted, if any Pap planet, then any Pap Grah is aspecting on Venus or if the sign in which Venus is placed in seventh house is a enemy sign for Venus or is anti of that Venus, then it is considered weak or afflicted. What could happen in this condition? Relationships. In this kind of relationship, misunderstanding, heartbreaks, and problems in love life could be there. Wrong interactions may create troubles. This is the biggest thing which will happen if Venus is weak or afflicted. Health issues like skin problems, hormonal imbalance, reproductive health issues in women, or problems for sugar or junk food could also be there. Overspending on luxury or show off can lead to downfall. So remember, earning is an art. Consider it as an art because you if you have that mind to earn that in many multiple ways or in many creative ways, then only you can get money and earn it from your hard work. But saving and growing money is a bigger art for you. Now, another thing, too much partying, shopping, too much unnecessary relationships, too many breakups in your love life can harm you. If you balance this thing, if balance is missing in this thing, both emotionally and financially, you may suffer. So, how to strengthen Venus? I could give you some ultimate solutions rather than, just these are some common solutions which you can use them daily. But if you want to know very permanent and very, which could affect your life at the utmost level, then you have to put a comment section below. My team will try to answer those comments and I will try to tell the remedies associated with that too. So, put a comment if you want to know that Vedic and scriptural remedies which are written for Venus in the seventh house. Just you need to do one thing. You have to put in which sign is there in Venus in seventh house, in which nakshatra it is placed, what is your ascendant, your birth ascendant I'm talking about, and your birth constellation, your birth nakshatra, as well as your birth zodiac sign. That you have to put along with that, and we will see and we will give you best of all upay from the scriptures, from our Vedic texts which were written hundred and thousands years ago from the hand of our Rishi Munis. So, coming back to the ultimate solutions which can be performed daily by you, and these are very common by the way, but yes, I could say 30 to 40% they can affect your life or can give you most good effects or auspicious effects at the 30 or 40% level. First of all, what you have to do, Venus, as you know, rules beauty and refinement. Focus on grooming. You can use a nice fragrance daily, wear classy outfits, and wearing white outfits which are fashionable and which are very, designer and also in white color are very auspicious for you. And wear classy outfits, as I said. If not white, then you can wear classy outfits because you have to follow with the fashion. But that fashion should also be appropriate enough. You have to be with our Sanatan Dharma rules. You can follow the fashion, then you can improve your Venus effect in seventh house, but you have to be very mindful while wearing and being fashionable. Too much fashionable clothes can be deniable for you, and give yourself a luxurious vibe. I'm not saying about having an attitude in yourself, but just have a luxurious vibe in everything. Be positive. Positive vibes are everything. If you are even poor, or right now, if you have only 100 rupees in your purse or wallet, then also you have to feel that serious vibe, because let me tell you, God is always there with you. You you are the one who have to feel and call the God, whichever to whom you are devoted to. You have to feel that luxurious life. If God is there with you, then even that 100 rupees can one day turn to 100 crores. So these all upays, these are remedies and ultimate solutions. Not only enhances your aura but also strengthens your Venus. So follow these daily and you will see the improvement. Now let's talk about Saturn planet. Now, seventh house, it shows your business partnerships, personal bonding, and big decisions of life. And if Saturn sits here, the planet of discipline, patience, and karmic balance, then the meaning is clear. If in your past life you took relationships casually or made fun of someone's emotion, then in this life, Saturn will give you a serious life partner who will keep you on the right track. And yes, if Saturn is strong here, you will get a mature, wise, and supportive life partner. Someone who is strong both emotionally and mentally. But if Venus is weak or troubled, then marriage will be delayed, misunderstandings can happen, and emotional distance is possible too. Now, if Saturn is in the seventh house, then surely in your past life, you made some big decisions related to relationships or marriages, which is affecting you now a lot. Maybe you broke someone's marriage or played with someone's emotions, or maybe someone was not loyal with you. Anything could happen. So, there are some precautions which you can follow if Saturn is in the seventh house. First of all, marriage can be delayed here in this position, but don't panic. Your patience is your biggest asset. Another thing, life partner may be strict, but also become your kind of strongest support. So be careful in joint business and partnerships too, and don't trust blindly. There can be arguments with father, so keep respect but stand firm in your thoughts. Sometimes the home atmosphere feel tense. Practice patience and understanding. So if Saturn is there, everything is there. Without Saturn, success is not possible. Now let's talk about Rahu Ketu. If any one of them is placed in your seventh house, so why are we taking Rahu Ketu both? Because they kind of affect the same. So let's understand it. You must have noticed that some people control the whole game without even being the main role. Like a silent business partner who never comes in front but still earns the most profit. Or a person in a relationship who always stays unpredictable and gives mysterious vibes. All this happens when Rahu and Ketu, or maybe Ketu will be there, Rahu will be there. So any one of them sits in the seventh house. If Rahu is in the seventh house, then you are full on independent thinker. You don't like to work under anyone. You want to live life on your own terms. But too much independence can sometimes create problems. The key is to balance freedom with stability. With Rahu here, one thing is guaranteed, your life will never be ordinary. Either you will marry someone super rich, super smart, or super influential, or your relationship life will be like a full Bollywood drama. Suspense plus thrill plus emotions overloaded. If Rahu is in good, so strong position, like having a good nakshatra, in good degree, and support from other planets too, then your name can easily reach the headlines. You may get sudden fame in your field, but if Rahu is weak or afflicted, or if not in a good nakshatra or not in a supportive condition from other planets, then problem may come, like falling into wrong relationships, toxic life partners or business partners could be there. But remember, Rahu is a mastermind. It always plans smartly. People may think you're just a partner for others, but in reality, the real mastermind is you. But remember, too much cleverness can also become risky. Here, what is your past life link? Maybe in your past life, you were a strategist or a businessman who controlled people with your planning. In this life, you have to learn the same skills again, but without any illusion. So, control your instincts. Not everything that shines is gold. Don't blindly enter relationships or partnerships and judge carefully if the other person is truly for your benefit or only to use you. Another thing, if Ketu is there in the seventh house, then Ketu is opposite of Rahu. But their stories are also connected. With Ketu in seventh house, you may feel emotionally detached in relationships or may struggle with trust issues. In past life, there might have been some mistakes in your relationships or marriages, and now you are here to correct them. That's why in this life, you may either feel very detached from your partner or feel deeply spiritually connected with them. Means this condition has dual aspect. Ketu represents unfinished fast life con. That's why sometimes people with Ketu here feel confused in relationships. And possible issues can be like Ketu can suddenly break relationships without proper closure. You may feel emotionally disconnected from your partner, even if you're still linked deep inside. Or your partner may be someone who keeps or maybe helps you in your spiritual growth because your bond is karmic and not ordinary. So keep your emotion balanced. Ketu's rule is very simple in here, which you need to understand. Break free from anything that pulls you unnecessarily. Don't overthink. Ketu will try to create many illusions, but you need to stay spiritually balanced. If you understand that your relationships are not only about love or attraction, but also for higher purpose, then your life will run much more smoother. So this was all about the effects of planet in the seventh house. And in this video, I told you many precautions. You have to follow those precautions. If you follow them, then just see how the improvement will be there with that placement if any planet is there. And if you have to know any special remedy which will give you permanent solution for your entire life and which is also scriptural and written in the Vedic texts, then you can put a comment section below. My team will answer you in the comment. I will try and I will choose a best upay, a best remedy according to your condition. Just you need to do one thing. You have to put your planet which is placed in the seventh house, your problem, your nakshatra in which planet it is placed, and in which sign it is placed, what is your birth ascendant, and what is your birth zodiac. If possible, you can also put your birth constellation, birth nakshatra. That would be very great. So, by doing this, it will take some time, but I myself will answer and give you the best remedy which will we've taken from our Vedic scriptures and texts, because it takes too much time to find out a best remedy suited, and adding all the components, your nakshatra, in which planet that planet is placed, then that zodiac, then house, and the degree of that, everything has to be added. And then only after many calculations, we have to provide you a best suited remedy. So it will take time. Otherwise, whenever it will be ready, I will inform my team to send you a reply, and they will send you. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more such videos, because in the future videos we are upcoming with many special remedies alone, which are Vedic and scriptural. So stay tuned for the Astrobrigo Gyan Mani and subscribe to our channel. So, Namo Narayana.